guys have been great. Let's keep that greatness going. Everyone in this class, for the most part, this will be their first stand-up show, so be generous with your attention. Let's make sure to clap everybody on and off and keep our phones in our pockets. It's only going to be like 40 minutes. We can do it. We can do it together with our phones in our pockets. With that said, are you guys ready for your next comedian tonight? Working hard over the last 6 weeks to prepare these sets for you. This first comic's great. You're going to love her. Please welcome Kathy Breland.
Thank you. Not to be a buzzkill or anything, but I am a widow. And I decided that I was going to get on the dating apps because, I hadn't dated since the movie Die Hard was #1 at the box office. I'd been through enough trauma, so I thought, what the hell, I might as well go on these things. All my friends were doing it. So I decided to sign up for Tinder because, I was going to go for the jugular. And also, that's what you do when you want to get laid. So I'm scrolling one night and I'm swiping, and then all of a sudden, I find the love of my life. This guy is going to be my soulmate. And so he responded back to me, and we started to chat, and we started exchanging ideas about what we liked, what we were into, and whatnot. And he disclosed to me that he was into dolls and Legos. And I thought, I kind of brushed off the doll part, In the back of my head, I thought, perhaps he collects Star Wars dolls, G.I. Joes, like he's some kind of vintage doll collector or something. So I was like, okay, and I was kind of interested in the Lego part. So I said, I have a friend that got me a Lego set for Christmas a couple of years ago. I've never put it together. I didn't know how the hell to put the damn thing together. So he said, why don't we meet up? And I thought, oh, perfect. He goes, I can teach you how to put these Legos together. And I thought, this is a great idea. So we decided to have a date. But in the back of my head, I was thinking dolls, Legos, and I thought, is this going to be a date or a play date? So we decided to meet up. He was a driver for FedEx. He had crazy hours, and he said, the only time I can meet you is at 10 p.m. And I thought, okay, so I did what every girl would do. You put on a short skirt, pair of boots, and you head over there at 10 p.m. at night. Perfect stranger, I knock on the door. There's virtually no sign that he's a serial killer. I promise. I didn't see any ropes. I didn't see any chains. Well, I was kind of looking for the chains, actually, but didn't see any. So I get in there, and we sort of started to get to know each other. He told me, he said, would you like a drink? And I thought, sure, why not? He's making drinks. I'm watching him make the drinks. Oh, by the way, ladies, I'm not that stupid. But I did show up to a strange man's apartment at 10 o'clock. And as he's making the drinks, he says, let's get those Lego sets out. I thought, yeah, why not? How fun is this going to be? And then he detailed how he's really into Legos. This guy had $10,000 worth of Legos all throughout his apartment. And so we're putting the Legos together, and we're just having a grand old time. And he wanted to tell me that every Lego piece has a specific reason why it's there. One goes to the movie Mulan. Another one was from a set that went to the movie Frozen. And I was just entranced by all of this Lego information. I was here to get laid. Here I'm getting a tutorial on Lego. And so he decides to show me a whole bunch of YouTube videos as well. He did a whole thing about these people that are in teams, competition teams, they're building skyscrapers out of Legos. I swear to God, by the time I walked out, I could have worked at fucking Legoland. So he finally says, as we're getting along swimmingly, I have something to show you in the bedroom. And I'm thinking, yeah, finally, Jesus, the whole reason why I came here. So we go into the bedroom, and I know I'm laying on the bed, I flop on the bed, and I'm like, okay, hot stuff, I'm ready, Winky, this is the whole reason why I'm here. So, he says, oh, no, there's something I have to show you. And I said, well, what? And I'm like, thinking it's this. And he goes over to a red velvet curtain, pulls it apart, and there it is, a life-size Asian silicone sex doll. Life size. She was taller than me, actually. She had the purple wig askew, and she was wearing the de rigueur schoolgirl outfit, with her tits hanging out. They've been colored in with a red Sharpie, don't ask me why. That's something none of us will ever know. And he says, I would like you to meet Jessica. And he started stroking her hair and patting her back. He said, do you like her? And I thought, well, she's different. I'd never encountered anything like this before in my life. And so he said, do you want to touch her? And I thought, who wouldn't? Come on. I wanted to feel this thing, I felt the skin. The skin was very lifelike, and I was feeling her up, actually. And then I lifted up the skirt, the schoolgirl skirt, and it had doll hair, pubes. And he says, she's very special. She's the oral model. And I thought, okay, well, what's the oral model? And he takes his finger into her mouth and plops it open, and her tongue popped out. And he said, we just love Jessica's tongue. And I thought, oh, this is interesting. Believe it or not, this whole thing, I ended up making out with him, actually. So we're making out, and he's going, oh. He was kissing me, but he was like eating my face off like it was a hamburger. And in the middle of this, I'm completely at a loss. He tells me, wait a minute. And I said, what? And he said, is she watching? And I said, who? And he said, Jessica, is she watching us? And I said, oh, fuck no. I said, I'm out of here. So I get up, I'm sweeping my Lego pieces into my box, like this, and I'm trying to get out the door, and I get in my car, and I'm getting out of this place as fast as I possibly can. And I get a text, and I look down, and it's from him, and I'm expecting an apology, and I'm thinking, why isn't this guy, saying, this was a joke, I'm sorry, come on back. It's not, it's a picture, and it's Jessica holding a piece from my set that I Thank you.
Let's hear for your next comedian tonight, Stephen Scales.
Thank you. So I was in a meeting last week with my boss, and she called me tempestuous. And I was like, my only reaction was like, awesome! Finally! Getting some recognition! Right? All I heard was team and best, and thought it meant I was getting an award of some kind. It was not. I made eye contact with her. She was not happy. And giving feedback is never like a great time, right? Not understanding feedback, I can tell you, it's way worse. It's way worse. Fortunately for me, I felt like my dad trying to order sushi, right? It's just all the confidence, zero know-how, and that confidence is quickly diminishing as more people start chiming in, trying to use smaller and smaller words to explain what's going on. Right? So some of my teammates started to jump in, and they were trying to help me out and explain what this word meant. So now I've got a lot of new words to know that I'm not much of a team player. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah. I feel like this happens to me every couple of weeks, right? I'm just walking down trying to mind my own business, and I'm just hit with a pop quiz like I'm in Miss Thomas's 10th grade English class. It's just, I'm not prepared for this, right? I'm not ready for this vocab quiz. And you know what? I blame my teachers, I'll be honest. I blame my teachers. That's what it is. They, no one told me the truth about education, They didn't say, hey, education's not about bettering yourself or anything like that. It's protecting yourself so you don't look like a dumbass and take it. Right? I would have been the best student in the world if just one teacher took me aside and said, hey, if you don't pay attention to this lesson, years from now, you're going to be at dinner with your girlfriend's parents, and you're going to be talking about how much you love those Facebook reel updates of Second Date Update, right? Her parents will look at you describe that as an asinine interest, and all you'll do is say, thank you so much. I thought it was a compliment. I thought I was like unique, like asymmetric. I don't know. I still think I'm right. I don't know. Yeah. So I'm in a bit of a tiff with my neighbor. Can we talk about that? Yeah. So I've lived in this building 2 years now. 0 issue. In the last month, I've had 3 separate noise complaints from this guy. Right? First noise complaint, I'm like, this has got to be a mistake, right? I mean, I live my life like a recently divorced dad, eating my lean cuisine in front of the TV, rewatching old episodes of Lost in Space, in bed by 9 p.m., secretly hoping Janine's going to call me again. But a few days later, I get a note posted on my door that says, hey, if you don't stop yelling and screaming at all hours of the night, I'm going to call the cops. I started questioning my own sanity. I'm sitting there like, did I develop night terrors at 34? What the hell is going on? 3 days later, I get woken up by the cops at my door. They search my apartment, right? Saying that someone was having like a mental breakdown, right? 2 minutes later, they're on my side. They're like, we're gonna talk to your neighbor. Don't worry about it. Leasing office calls my neighbor. Don't worry about it, right? So I think it's squashed. But here we are a few weeks after that, still no apology, right? This guy, 3 different noise complaints, calls the police to my home, makes me think I'm going insane. You're not gonna apologize? I'm pretty sure I have a nemesis now. And I gotta say I'm excited about it. I mean, it's almost embarrassing. I've never had a nemesis before, right? I'm 34, never had a nemesis. I'm a bit of a late bloomer. I know. But I'm excited for it, right? I mean, I know these things take time to build, right? I mean, this relationship, it's a lot of give and take, right? And so, I've got to be willing to put in that work, right? But it's just fun. I mean, if I play my cards right, this guy is going to be in my life forever, right? You know? And so I thought at first, like, okay, what if I post a note back to him, put a note on his door, and I'm like, Stephen, no. Don't just mirror his behavior, right? Really confidently lead and show what you want to see in this relationship, right? You know, you really, like, I don't want some run-of-the-mill nemesis, right? I'm really out there looking for someone special, right? I think it's going to be great. But, so, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'm overthinking it or, you know, I don't know if I've never had a faux before, right? I don't know if am I acting wrong, right? Or am I just being asinine? Did I use that right? Is that the right word? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, that's my time.
All right, coming up next, let's hear it for Diana DeVoe.
Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. I've been trying to get this guy's attention by leaving noise complaints on his door, but he's So I have a lot of anxiety. Why I think being up here is a good idea is beyond me. I'm going to explain my anxiety to you. I'm going to take you on a little journey and see if you can figure out where it comes from. So the way I explain my anxiety to people is like, imagine you're in a car, drive up to a stoplight, and a cop car pulls up next to you and behind you. You know you haven't done anything wrong. Taillights are working, sober, you weren't going over the speed limit. They already arrested a guy for that murder, so you're fine. But there's just this looming presence over you. What if? And then the light turns green, cop cars drive off, you're fine. For me, cop cars never leave. Well, I should say, one car sometimes leaves and then comes back. And this anxiety has been with me since birth, but it's not genetic. And these cop cars, they follow me everywhere. They've been there since I was born. They took me to school, followed me back home. And I think I know why. And it's because my parents were very proactive and very strict. And they took like career classes and I think advanced level parenting classes. And they did this all like 5 to 10 years before I was even in existence. To give you an example, the most important one was they each took a 22-week academy at the sheriff department. So the cop car next to me and behind, it's not really a metaphor. It's more of like a literal expression of the last 43 years of my life. I'm not even sure I actually have anxiety. I think I've just been like falling apart under police surveillance for the past 43 years. I think it would break anybody. So needless to say, my childhood was interesting. People never ask me like, did high school suck? Because they know high school sucked. They ask, how did high school suck? And if I had 3 hours, I could give you a small sample of the examples of how much my high school life sucked. Including how I got into a fight with a polygraph examiner about how much of a loser I was. But the best example of how much my life sucked in high school is that my parents, God love them, they were good cops. I mean, this was LA County Sheriff officers. My father was on the original SWAT team. This was not Mayberry shit. And if you don't know what Mayberry is, fuck you, you're young. Doesn't matter. They were serious cops. But these two fucking gumshoes couldn't put it together why high school sucked for me. Everybody in this room knows why high school sucked for me. I didn't date. I didn't socialize. Why didn't I date? Why didn't I socialize? Because nobody wants to invite Narky Nark, the not-so-undercover teenage cop, to the underage drinking party. And yes, my high school nomenclature is all fucked up, so I say things like underage drinking party because I don't know what to call it because it wasn't fucking invited. So they couldn't figure it out. They couldn't put it together. Gumshoe mom and dad put their heads together. They finally figure it out. Today's the day. It's random Saturday, I'm just watching TV, and my dad, clearly drawing the short straw, sits next to me and doesn't say a thing for 20 minutes, staring in the middle distance. So it's a little weird. And then out of nowhere, he just says, Diana, your mother and I want you to know that we love you, no matter who you love. Now, this is 1990s Southern California. That is a very conservative time and place to say such a thing. But what a lovely thing to say. So open and warm and opening their arms and saying, hey, it's okay, to their sexually confused child. Here's the thing, not gay, not gay. And in that moment, I would have so much rather have been gay, because that would have been a matter that we could have apparently addressed and solved. We would have gone into the room, hugged my father, invited my secret girlfriend over, we would have had dinner, driven off into my Subaru, into the fucking sunset. Instead, I should point out that my father said this and then he left the room. So instead of all that lovely things happening, I sat there for a second and I went, what the shit was that? And then 20 seconds passed by and I went, oh my God. My wonderful, open-minded, beautiful parents had inadvertently said, I don't know what it is you're doing here, but you suck at it. So why don't you just get back in the closet, you stay there, you figure some shit out for 2 years or whatever, and you can come out as straight in college and date men when you're less confusing. Slam! That's my time.
Let's hear your next comedian, Kyle Hollis.
All right, so last year, when my son was 9, they do puberty class at his school, where they teach you about your changing body. And that night he came home, and at dinner, he looks at me and he asks, what happens if you have to pee while you're doing oral sex? And I'm thinking did they put him in the advance? I was not expecting this. And if there is an advanced puberty class, how did it decide which kid gets in there? is there some sex education skills test that they're giving? I can just see the teacher like sitting down with me like, well, your son, he meets expectations in his understanding of sex positions. And he's exceeding expectations in foreplay, but his dirty talk is below grade level. So you're gonna want to work on that. Yeah. I mean, that's a report card I'd like to see though. So, I came up with my own little grading system not too long ago. I think there's two types of men in this world. There are kind, decent, hardworking men, and then there are men who spit their gum in urinals. For some reason, every time I go to the gym, there's gum in the urinal. Mind you, there's a trash can like 5 feet away. So some guy is walking past that trash can thinking, I couldn't possibly spit my gum in there. I have to put it in this urine-soaked basin so that someone has to remove it with their bare hands. Maybe they think there's some sort of like gum fairy that takes the gum out and puts those dangly balls on the back of their Dodge Ram or something. I don't know. But I think the gym just attracts inconsiderate people. Like I was there the other day, I had one exercise still to do. It was a leg day for me, and I wanted to do my calf extensions. I mean, they look nice, but I figured I'd tone them up a little bit. But this like tank of a man who looked like he lived at the gym, it has been monopolizing this calf machine with his lifting partner, who he is obviously banging because he's spotting her like, that's it right there. A little harder, one more, give me one more good one. I'm like, no one wants to hear that. And they have each done like 8 sets on this calf machine. And unless you're a calf model, that is not necessary. When you train for an NBA dunk contest, like, you do not need to work your calves that hard. And I'm not one for conflict, so I'm just waiting for this guy to get off the machine. And finally, he gets off, standing right next to it, chugging what I can only assume is some liquid steroid concoction. And I'm like, I'm gonna sneak past him and get onto the calf machine. And I get close and I notice that his weight belt is just flopped across the thing. I'm like, crap, I gotta talk to this meathead now. So I like sheepishly go up to him. I'm like, would it be okay if I work on the machine? And he looks me like dead in the eyes. He's like, no, I'm still using it. But he's not using it. He's just sitting there, like drinking the steroids. But steroids cause rage outbursts. So I'm like, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll go. So I went, I found a squat machine. I'm like, I can do my calf extensions on this squat machine. And I load up the weights, and I do my set, and I go to secure the bar and lock it into the hooks, but it won't secure. So I'm like, well, I'm tall. I'll just go a little bit lower. It'll be fine. So I go a little lower. Still doesn't secure. Go a little lower, until I've gotten to the point where there's no way I'm going to be able to secure this thing. And I've also bent my legs to the point where I don't have enough leverage to lift the weights back up. And I realized the only way I'm getting off this machine is to crouch as small as possible and roll onto the floor. So I look around, I'm like trying to make sure no one's watching. And I crouch down, do my little gymnastics maneuver off it, and I like jump back to my feet, like hoping and praying no one saw me. And as soon as I get to my feet, this young girl comes running over. And she's like, are you okay? And physically, I am fine. But emotionally, I am embarrassed down into levels of my soul that I didn't even know were there. So I book it to the locker room. I don't even finish my one or two sets. I book it to the locker room to grab my stuff. And I get into the locker room just in time to see steroid guy spit his gum in the urine.
Let's hear for your next comedian. Let's hear for Nick Reno.
have a quick question for everyone in the crowd. Who here is a product of divorced parents? So you look like your parents don't say I love you anymore, is that? Okay. So growing up, I had a single mom. She was a really good person. You know, when you lose a male figure in your life, every mother's just like, gotta replace it with something wholesome. So she decides to put me in something called chorus. I don't know if you know what that is. It's a death sentence on your high school career. It basically is just pushing you into the loser crowd. No offense to anybody with but the thing about chorus is that it's a gateway drug to theater and drama. And here's the thing about gateway drugs to theater and drama is they have other gateway drugs in theater and drama. In every single drama class, there's a lesbian or a non-binary something that is gonna sell you or deal you drugs for free. They're just always there. They always exist in every single troupe. You can't go anywhere. So remember that next time you're like, I'll just put them in chorus or theater. It's wholesome. Wholesome. Drugs. Sick. So I can sing. So me and my best friend at the time were in musical theater, and we're like, hey, we have to come back for a dress rehearsal, but let's pop over to my boyfriend's house, you know, because I love gay sex and drugs, and so did she, but for the rest. And so we get there, and he pulls out what I can only call like the child of a water bottle and a dumpster, and it's called a gravity bong. Does anybody here know what a gravity bong is? Does anybody here not know what a gravity bong is? Yeah? No, a lot of people don't know what that is because you have something called finances. Gravity bongs they are not allowed to be good. They're not allowed to be nice. It's in the binary laws of the universe that the first gravity bong you ever smoke out of is going to be the most ratchet thing you ever touch. He pulls out a stolen Hilton ice bucket. And in it is a Gatorade bottle with the bottom cut off, and in the top is a drill bit melted into the top of it. He pulls it out, me and my friend look at each other, we're like, this is gonna be good. He lights it, he fills it up, my friend hits it, she starts coughing and she fucking vomits on the ground. I'm like, oh shit, I can't wait to go next. You know what I mean? You see somebody really fucking hard and you're like, yes, like, it's gonna be good. And so it's my turn next, and I got the royal treatment because it was my boyfriend's driver bong, so I got a little bit extra. And he filled that thing up, I smoked the thing. I swear to God, it's one of those moments in your life where it's like I literally lived a euphoria moment. Where you hit it, you're like, oh my God, I'm the fucking wind. I swear to God, you know the movie, the 1955 movie Peter Pan? You know when they're flying? I was just like, I'm the engine that let them fly. It was me that they were serving on the fucking Neverland. That was me. I'm the thing that they were riding on. And I was like, whoa, oh my God. And then suddenly I started to hear this music. I'm like, whoa, what's the song? It sounds a lot like my ringtone. And I look down and I'm like, whoa, that's my phone going off. And it says my favorite word on there, Mom. Mom. Oh, shit. Wind, connect, like, get back together. And so, like Voltron, I fucking put all my pieces back together and I'm like, hello? And my mom's like, where are you? What do you mean? I'm at my friend's house. And she goes, well, why aren't you here at the school? Where all the rest of us are, waiting for you and your friend, because you're two main characters. I'm lying. I'm sorry. That's very true. We were not main characters. I, though, sadly, was the opening character for the musical. Does anybody here know the musical Anna Get Your Gun? The answer's gonna be a hard no on most of you. So, do you know this song, Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better? That's where that musical comes from. It's also the song where there's no business, like show business comes from. And if you know that song at all, it's a very bombastic thing, and you have to really like step out with it. And this is, you know, divorced kids love stepping out of shit. Watch me, please. I only have one parent watching. More than two eyes. And but the thing is that counteracting that, if you remember, is that I was on something called marijuana. And I was on more than a bit than I'd ever been in my entire life. Probably more than all of you. I'm just kidding. I can't tell, that's not true. And so I'm like, oh fucking shit. And one of the, you've probably heard it, but weed smokers can't remember things very easily. And it's because they're always smoking weed, and weed sucks your memory. Just sucks it right out, like a little vacuum cleaner. Just, you want to remember stuff? Suck. Okay, guys, love it. And so I'm like, oh shit, full on panic attack. And luckily I was high, so it wasn't that bad. And so I get in the car, and we drive there, and it's just like a fucking death march as I get there. And my teacher comes to me, and she's like, you ready to go? Yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm stepping out there past all my other actors, and they're like, you ready to go? And I'm like, oh yeah. And they're like, you seem a little weird right now. Why? Fuck. I get out there, and it's just darkness, right? And they just throw all microphones up. So it's literally me staring out. There's nobody. It's just darkness. Just my teacher and my mom sitting next to each other. What are the words of this play? But it's always important to remember. It's important to remember that there's no business like show business, and it just welled up in me all the divorce child energy. There's no business like show business, and I fucking killed it. Trust a divorce kid to handle drugs. That's it.
Let's hear for your next committee. Please welcome Joe Brown.
Hi. I like to use the Notepad app on my phone because I need to remember things, and it's become one long document. So I'm just gonna read it. Grape nuts, Swiffer pads, syrup. I'm never gonna talk to him again. Hand soap, craft singles, ground turkey. I know what my weaknesses are. I'm lazy as fuck. Tide Pods, animal cookies, mozzarella balls. I don't have a psychological problem. I told him no. Why can't he just accept that? Uncrustables, yeast, plunger. Is this why I can't make a relationship work? Because I've been trying to prove something to him for 20 years? Mangoes. Lint brush, scrubbing bubbles. Don't fuck up on stage. Starkist chunk light tuna in water. That's it. So I spend part of my life in New York City and part of my life in Denver. I'm a New York City-Denver combination. I love the mountains and the trees and the crisp air, but I'm also a fucking asshole. No, I'm not an asshole. I just sometimes don't express feelings well. Like if somebody asked me, "How you doing, Joe?" I might say, I need a pee. Do you want a hug, Joe? Sure. I love you, Joe. A friend of mine pointed out recently that one of the only times that I show feelings is to my cat. Hi, kitty. It's a baby. It's a baby. But then I have this darkness that comes out. You are too cute. This can be a problem. Like I was seeing this guy, let's call him Old Southern Man, because that's what he was. He wasn't just a DILF, he was also a GILF. He liked to bake sourdough bread with little designs on top, but he also carried a shotgun. So we were in bed once, and this cat jumped on the bed, and I say,
"Oh, little kitty, you're so cute. I want to cuddle you, and I want to cut you into little tiny pieces, and then I want to cuddle with the pieces."
An Old Southern Man looked at me with his old Southern eyes. "Why did you just say that? Don't do that to my animal."
But I want to very badly.
We didn't talk again after that. I actually am old myself. I've never been this old before. It's bizarre. And it's weird because all my friends started going through perimenopause at the same time, and now all they talk about is perimenopause. Perimenopause this, perimenopause that. My perimenopause hasn't even started yet. It's just like middle school. No boy's gonna like me until I've had a hot flash. But for a long time I've compared myself to Britney Spears because she is the same age as me. We're 1 month apart. And I just want to check in to see how each of us has done. Age 0. Brittany, born Mississippi, USA. Me, born Ontario, Canada. I'm already winning. Age 12. Brittany, starred in the Mickey Mouse Club. Me, acquired the nicknames the Bucktooth Terror and Captain Acme. Age 18. Brittany, released her hit album, Oops, I Did It Again. Me, had my jaw wired shut and had to drink a smoothie made out of lasagna. Age 25. Brittany shaved her head and attacked a photographer with an umbrella. Me, dated a man who paid for dinner in quarters. Age 35. Brittany, starred in her own Las Vegas show. Me, became the only human on earth to get a black eye while meditating. Age 43. Brittany, posted a video of herself in her mansion dancing in front of piles of dog shit. Me, stood up in front of a room full of people and told them about Brittany standing in front of piles of dog shit. Fuck, I fucked that one up.
We've got 2 comedians left. Let's hear for your next comic. Please welcome to the stage, Max Thomas.
Thank y'all. What's wrong with paying for a date in quarters? Speaking of coins, the last penny was produced last week on Wednesday. No morning pennies. I guess the coin lineup in the United States was just a little too diverse. I had to get rid of the one that was in a syllabary. seems reasonable to me. You know, it's ancient, bronze, not worth very much. But enough about Donald Trump. They thought it was funny, y'all. I'm a vegan, and if you don't know what that means I'm an expert in disappointing people. It's tricky around the holidays because you're always having conversations with your family. My dad, the last time I was home, he confronted me. He said, "Did you buy these vegan cookies?" It was that same energy that he had when he caught me with pornography. I was 37 years old. Anyway, I got to talking to him and I said, "Dad, you know, there's some good health benefits. You should try it." And I really appreciated it because he became vegan for the health benefits. It's cool, right? He lasted about 2 months. Then he had a stroke. You can feel okay, he's fine. You can see, don't feel bad about yourselves. I'm just glad I have the cookies to myself, you know? Dating is hard too when you're a vegan. Dating when you're a vegan is kind of like having an STI. You've got to tell the other person, but not right away. You tell someone you're dating too soon, and then they might get disappointed. It's such a charged topic. I was talking to a woman I had just met, and I said, "Hey, I think you're super attractive. I'd love to see you again, but I want you to know I'm a vegan." She said, "Max, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day." Yeah, it was tragic. I was really hoping it was going to work out with that therapist. Of course, if you don't tell the person you're dating, you can get in some awkward situations, especially sexually. You know, it's her birthday, so you've got the whipped cream and of course she asked, like, "Were you gonna lick it off me?" "Oh, you want me to lick it off? Oh yeah, 1 second. Let me just check the ingredients." "Oh, I'm sorry, honey, there's milk in here." "Happy birthday." So exactly like an STI, the best time to have the conversation about being a vegan is right before you have sex with somebody for the first time. You know, you can get ready and you say, "Hey, this is awkward. I just got tested. Everything's clean. There's just one tiny thing. No, it's not herpes. No, it's worse." No easy way to say this. I'm a vegan. No, it's not contagious. I've got some new neighbors. The reason I know that is because they have very loud sex for a very long time. I think it's challenging to have sex for a long time, you know? No, it's not because of that reason. I can last for about 45 seconds. No, the real reason I think it's challenging to have sex for a long time these days is because everybody's attention span is terrible. I can't remember the last thing I did for 3 hours straight. Can you? I would be there like, "Oh yeah, this is awesome. We've been doing this a couple minutes. Do you mind if I get a podcast?" Here, do you want the other AirPod? The other thing I realized hearing this is that loud sex is a lot like violent acts. You know, you're listening and, oh God, oh shit, oh fuck. So I got worried because I didn't hear any of the positive words. So I went over there and knocked on the door and said, hey, it's your neighbor. I've been listening to y'all. I'm pretty sure you're having sex, but I just wanted to check in. I haven't heard a lot of the positive words. Hey, do you have room for one more? I brought vegan whipped cream. It's my time. Thank you.
All right, let's hear it for your final comedian of the evening. Please welcome Lynn Manzik.
Vegans are the worst, right? I can say that because I was vegan for like 10 years. It was an experiment in being insufferable. I like experiments though. I like learning. I like ideas. I like learning through doing. So much so that I pegged a guy once. And it wasn't out of a desire or anything like that, but it was an opportunity and experiential learning. And I was like, well, I'm a fucking scholar. And he was a dad. And what I learned about dads is that they're really good at making snacks. They're really good at stacking the dishwasher. And they are so sex starved that there's a sheer desperation that's just like, let's take advantage of that, you know? So we were at dinner and we were joking about pegging, as one does during dinner. Somewhere between appetizers and going back to his place, we acquired glue, a strap-on, and a meat thermometer. Mind you, this is not my kink. I am, however, an ideas person. I am a woman of science, and I cannot objectively dismiss something that I haven't done the proper research for, that I haven't gathered data for, and that I haven't analyzed. Zing. This is all just an excuse for my behavior, which exists of chasing adrenaline and bad ideas. You could call me the Marie Curie of chaos. I will irradiate myself for a bad experiment. And if you didn't laugh, read a book. So, we set the mood, right? We go back to his place and we set the mood. And we're playing Sade. We're listening to Smooth Operator. And we have candles lit, and we have aromatherapy, and we have chocolate and silky sheets and kinky stuff too, but we're not using any of that because we're there for one objective and one objective only, and that is anal exploration. So I think everybody has a trait about themselves that like is the hallmark of their personality, and it's usually a strength. It's oftentimes like also their worst quality too, and it makes them a really detestable and shitty human being. My hubris is hubris. I am cocksure. I am a cocky motherfucker, and I think I can do anything. So I'm like, how hard is it to peg someone with a rubber dick? I do this to myself at home all the time. I'm pretty good at that. So we're getting things going, right? And I have this apparatus on, and there's a box of dicks, and there's 3 different sizes, and the smallest one is the little guy. It's like the size of my middle finger, right? There's like the next size up, which is called the American Standard, which is it's average, you know. It's like 6 inches, right? That's 6 inches, right, boys? Yeah, you know. And then the biggest size, which was the behemoth, which is the size of my forearm. So I grabbed the little guy because I'm not a monster, okay? However, I am a fucking child, and I am flinging this thing around and helicoptering it like a 12-year-old boy that's just figured out what erections are for the first time. And the dad's like, Lynn! And I'm like, oh shit, I'm sexy. And so I up to this project that I'm working on, and I'm like, oh no, it happened again. And the thing is I am an ideas person. I love ideas, but I tend to take them too far. And the issue is that my mental body is so much faster than my emotional body. But sometimes they collide in moments like this, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm wearing one of my bad ideas, and this is not going to happen. So I just do what any red-blooded American would do in this moment, and I just turn my brain off. And I fake it till I make it. I'm like, I'm just going to go in 120%, and that's going to be great. And so I'm like, how's this? And he's like, it's fine. And I'm like, what about this? And he's like laughing, like, sure. And I'm like, what about this? And he's like, Lynn, just please stop. And I like being good at things, okay? I try hard to be good at things. I pride myself at being good at things. But this serving as my litmus test, I am scientifically proven to be awful at pegging a man in the ass. And he turned around and he looked me in the eyes and he said, Lynn, do you want me to pretend that I like this? And in that moment, I learned two things. What it feels like to be on the receiving end of someone faking an orgasm for me to appease my huge and fragile ego. As well as complete exoneration from any orgasm I've ever faked.